Understanding duplication of benefits. ReOregon is federally funded by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, or HUD, through a Community Development Block Grant Disaster Recovery, or CDBG-DR grant fund. HUD and the state of Oregon are required to follow numerous federal statutes, including the Stafford Act, the Robert T. Stafford Disaster Relief and Emergency Assistance Act, 42 U.S.C. 5121 to 5207, commonly known as the Stafford Act, is the most important federal statute governing DOB. Federal rules require ReOregon to prevent any duplication of benefits, or DOB, which occurs when a disaster survivor receives assistance for the same recovery need twice. By prohibiting DOB, the Stafford Act aims to ensure that federal disaster assistance does not duplicate the payments already made by another federal agency, private insurance, or other form of disaster assistance. If DOB is discovered after a project is complete, the federal government can require repayment of the duplicate award from the individual who received the duplicate assistance. Get to know the basics of DOB. ReOregon cannot provide CDBG-DR financial assistance to a beneficiary, such as a household or local government, without confirming that DOB will not occur. DOB occurs when any person, business, or other entity receives disaster assistance from ReOregon and one or more outside funding sources for the same recovery purpose, such as repair, reconstruction, replacement, or optional relocation, and the total amount received exceeds the actual amount needed for that purpose. If the total need to repair, rebuild, or replace the damaged or destroyed home is more than the total assistance a homeowner has already received for that purpose, the difference between these amounts is called the unmet need. Any assistance ReOregon provides must be limited to the unmet need to prevent DOB. Avoiding DOB, a simple example. If a homeowner sustained $20,000 of property damage during the 2020 Labor Day disasters and received $5,000 in aid from the Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA, and $5,000 in homeowner insurance payouts, ReOregon could only fund the homeowner's unmet need of $10,000, the $20,000 need minus the $10,000 already received. What outside funding sources are considered when establishing DOB? Assistance that factors into a DOB calculation may include Small Business Administration or SBA loans, homeowner and/or fire insurance, FEMA, county or state wildfire recovery programs, nonprofits, or long-term recovery groups. DOB rules only apply to some kinds of assistance. Using your own money or receiving financial help from friends and family do not have to be included in the DOB calculation. Personal assets, in-kind donations, use of retirement savings, or private borrowing also do not have to be reported. In addition, disaster recovery funds received for another purpose can be excluded from the final DOB calculation. Regardless of the purpose, however, all federal disaster assistance must be reported. Disaster assistance that was provided for no specific purpose can be considered as being for another purpose. The DOB calculation framework. Prior to committing funds or awarding assistance, ReOregon will complete the following steps to determine if an applicant is at risk of DOB. 1. Assess applicant need. 2. Identify total assistance received or available to the applicant and/or co-applicant, like an accepted SBA loan. 3. Subtract allowable expenses. 4. Identify DOB amount and calculate total award. 5. Reassess unmet need if necessary. What are allowable expenses? Allowable expenses can reduce or eliminate the amount of DOB. If assistance was spent as intended, or in some cases for other allowed purposes, the applicant will be asked to provide an explanation of how the prior assistance was spent. Examples of allowable expenses: construction costs, repair or new construction; home purchase, a down payment on a new manufactured home; forced mortgage payoff, A homeowner with an outstanding mortgage balance who is required by their loan agreement to repay the balance before using insurance proceeds to rehabilitate or reconstruct their home. Contractor fraud. Applicants who have filed a civil or legal complaint of contract fraud may be considered for a DOB reduction for the amount lost to contractor fraud after providing sufficient evidence and documentation. Temporary housing or rental expenses. Repair funds that were used for temporary housing or rental expenses may qualify as an allowable expense. These situations will be reviewed on a case-by-case basis. By contrast, funds awarded by a source for a specific purpose that were used for other expenses will not qualify as allowable expenses in most cases. For example, money intended for disaster reconstruction that was spent on a new vehicle, furniture, mortgage payments, or personal expenses such as medical bills are not considered allowable expenses in DOB calculations. What if an application has a potential DOB? If there is a DOB after all allowable expenses are taken out, the applicants have two primary options. They can request that the size or scope of the ReOregon project be reduced if possible. For example, an applicant could request a 2-bedroom manufactured home, even though he or she would have qualified for a larger home without the DOB calculation. Contribute the amount of DOB to the ReOregon project. The source could be savings or a private, non-subsidized loan. If the DOB results from a recreational vehicle or RV or FEMA trailer purchased with disaster assistance or discounted by FEMA, applicants can sell the home to avoid the DOB. The applicants would be required to contribute the amount for which they were able to sell the RV or trailer and could continue to live there until their ReOregon project is done. Contact us. We can help you get started. For more information on the Homeowner Assistance and Reconstruction Program and to begin your application, please visit re.oregon.gov. You can also send an email to housingsupport@reoregon.org, or you can call 877-510-6800.